Okay, all right, guys, this is take two. If you are on this stream right now, let me know. Do we have sound? Can you hear me? I hope that you can. We have a super exciting live stream for you today, and I'm super excited because we have a announcement. And this announcement we have, hi, let me know in the chat. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Are you able to hear what I am saying? Am I live? Let me know in the chat. Thank you so much for being here today. So we have a super exciting announcement. I'm loving this little light stream that's coming in here. But we have a very exciting announcement today, something that we have been working on for a long time. Hi guys, welcome. If you're in the live stream, let me know, where are you coming from? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? This is the biggest thing. Okay, yes, I hear you. Thank you for that. I was just live literally minutes ago, and beautiful Yelena let me know that we had no sound. So this is take two. Thank you so much for being here today. We're going to answer some questions at the end. So if you have any twin flame questions, definitely put them in the chats because I will definitely answer a few questions before we pop off today. But we have a super exciting announcement. So many twin flames have come to me and asked me, Serena, you need to create this. We're asking you for this, especially people interested in Twin Flame Path to Awakening. This is our group coaching program. So I talk about this, you guys, in almost every video because it's so incredible. So those of you that have been interested in Twin Flame Path to Awakening, but financially it's not viable for you at this time, I hear you completely. And actually, one of the really interesting parts about the twin flame dynamic is the monetary factor. So, in terms of twin flames, always at some point along the journey, at least everyone I've worked with has had financial struggles come up. And I didn't even think I was going to be talking about this today, but this clearly needs to be said. So if you're struggling financially, just know it's not due to your own failure, and you're not alone if you're struggling financially. Some of the reasons why this is because twin flames are actually creating a new blueprint for the monetary system, for what they believe they're worth. For everyone, that's going to look slightly different, right? Some twin flames are going to continue working 9-to-5 jobs. Some are going to go into more creative pursuits. Some are going to go into pursuits with their twin flame. So let me know in the comments below what you do for a living or what you want to do for a living. And because twin flames are reevaluating this idea of purpose, passion, money, worth, they're creating all new blueprints, which means a lot of times we go into financial struggle before we hit those abundance codes, right? Part of being a twin flame is living from your 5D wisdom, living from your abundance codes. And in order to move through twin flame union, this is something you have to work on, right? You live from that limitless space, but it's natural to have issues and to struggle with these things before they get better, okay? Because then you start creating new blueprints, then you start understanding what your worth is. So all of that being said, that was my little tangent. All of that being said, we have such a cool, amazing announcement for you. Those of you coming on now, either let me know where you're from, or if you have twin flame questions, put them in the chat, because before we go off, I will certainly answer some twin flame questions for you. I just love I kind of love lives. This wasn't something I ever perceived myself doing, but I kind of love it. But we have a really big announcement, and that is the announcement of our Twin Flame Path to Awakening community. So this community is going to be an absolutely incredible offer, you guys. I cannot say how wonderful this is enough. And with that being said, this community, we are looking for our founding members. So we found the perfect platform where I can take you off of YouTube in our own little beautiful cozy container. Something that's super important to me is creating a safe space. Like, I've always felt this need inside of myself, or this dream inside of myself, to be that safe space. Good morning. To be that it's actually good morning to you. It is evening to us. Love to you also in Nepal. I would love to go to Nepal one day. Oh, that would be my dream. But what also is my dream is what I was just saying was becoming this safe container and creating that in this kind of physical world. So I'm loving that this community that we're creating, you guys, is literally it's that safe container where you can come, you can share yourself, you can feel heard, you can feel validated, you can feel accepted, and you can also push your boundaries, you can push your growth. Um, Hello, thank you. Love from Virginia, love for Bosnia. Elena, thank you for letting me know about the sound. I'm glad you found your way back here. Love from Saudi Arabia. Oh my gosh, you guys, we are so multicultural, so international. It's beautiful. Thank you for showing up here and sending you guys lots of love. I'm feeling all of your love coming in. And Austria, beautiful. It's also evening here in South Africa, so it's nice to know we've got morning, we've got afternoon, we've got evening. It's stunning. So, you guys, what I'm announcing is our Twin Flame Path to Awakening community. So, what's super cool about this, it's funny, actually, there's 10 of you on this live right now, and we're actually looking for 10 founding beta members. So, love from India. So many hearts. Beautiful. Nigeria. Hey, hi. Another African here. I'm not African, but I live on the continent. So yes, we are looking for 10 beautiful founding members to join our community. So the most wonderful thing here about our founding members of this community is you will pay one price for life, and it's the lowest price we will ever offer. And you guys are going to be the ones that are in charge of running the community, letting us know what's valuable to you. So you actually get to request the content that we create, which is so cool. So in this community, I want to share with you what we're offering because I think this offering is literally just out of this world. So what we're offering for this community, and guys, if you have questions, there's a lot of beautiful souls on here right now. If you have twin flame questions or conscious relationship questions, put it in the comments because I'm going to answer some questions after this. Okay, so yeah, put any questions you might have in the comments, or just even what you're going through right now. This is that space where you can share that. But anyways, what we're offering you in the new Twin Flame Path to Awakening community is going to be bi-weekly calls. So these are going to be live calls where you can actually come on, you can share, we can grow together. We're going to have literally so many different topics all related to the twin flame journey. So whether it's non-attachment, whether it's setting boundaries, whether it's past lives, whether it's healing divine masculine, divine feminine wounds, whatever it is that it could be, each week is going to be a different topic. Then we will also have some incredible Q&A calls that are specifically devoted to answering your questions. Hello. Yes, I'm so excited. Welcome from Alabama. Yes, this is huge. This is literally huge. I cannot tell you how excited I am, and I cannot tell you how much of a long time coming this has been. So I'm super excited about it. But anyway, so I'll get back to my spiel. Anyways. We are going to have so what's really cool about this platform is I will put all my courses, all my challenges on there, and you guys as members, community members, will also get discounts out of all of this stuff. So because you are supporting me, I'm able to support you more fully. And on this community, we are also going to do meditations together, we'll do ceremonies together, we'll do live dream circles together. We're literally going to enter the healing space together to move through this journey. And I cannot say how powerful this is going to be for so many of your guys' journey. So I really appreciate you being here on this live. And again, if you have questions, put them in there because I will answer them at the end. But this is going to be huge for so many people in order to just not go it alone anymore, not feel crazy anymore, have that guiding light, be able to find your voice from within. The other amazing thing about this community is I'm going to be uploading all of our recorded sessions, cropping you guys out, of course, so that you can remain safe and secure and kind of confidential. But uploading all of that to your personal library. So if you've missed or if there were recordings that happened before you joined the community, you still have access to that knowledge and to that wisdom. Not to mention, I'm going to be crafting, and I've already put one on there. I'm going to be crafting some channeled meditations to connect you to the frequencies of union, and also just different healing frequencies. Part of what I love to do is I love to just help people. So part of that is you can request in the community whatever you're struggling with, and we make a channeled meditation for that. So this community is just going to be that place where you can go and have all the resources at your disposal. Everything you could possibly imagine is going to be there to support you. And it is absolutely my dream to be able to offer this for you. So, as I said before, we are looking for 10 founding members. In the coming days and weeks, I'm going to be sending out emails on this. So, if you're not already on the email list, you should absolutely get on the email list. But it will also be in the community post. So on the community section of YouTube, we'll also post it there. So you won't miss this opportunity, but just keep in mind the first 10 people that sign up for this are going to be the first 10 founding members. Then they're going to pay $9 a month for all of this. You guys, $9 a month for all of this, literally live access to us. It's amazing. And then after those 10 members, and funny now we have 11 people on, which is very much a twin flamey number. So then after we have those 10 members, what we're going to do is we're going to increase the price to $20 a month, which is actually, I would say in terms of price point, like $20 to $30 a month is actually probably the value of what you're going to be receiving, probably even more than that. I'd say a couple $100 a month would be what I would place the value of that at. But the amazing thing about this community is more about the numbers than it is about the price. So it's important for me for it to be accessible to you. Like it needs to be something that is not going to break your bank, or else I'm not doing my job, right? Like my job is to reach as many people as possible. My job is to open you guys up to this information, to this freedom that you could live your lives by, right? That you can create this new world within yourself, and truly magnetize that. So if you're coming in here, I see we've got 13 people now. Thank you for being here. If you've got questions, please put them in the comments. In a couple minutes, we're going to be answering questions. So yeah. So yes, that is the offering that we have. We are going to be announcing our new Twin Flame Path to Awakening community, looking for founding members, looking for people who want to join, want to grow, heal with like-minded twin flames that are also on the same path. The amazing thing about this community is it's going to be vetted. So it's not like you're just going to have a bunch of random people in there talking nonsense, talking trash. It's going to be a safe space. And I specifically, because it's so near and dear to my heart, I'm going to make sure that it's a safe space for you. So if this sounds like something you want to be a part of, stay tuned because the emails are going to be coming out. The posts are going to be coming out. You're going to have access to this. And the first 10 people that sign up are going to be our founding members. So if that sounds like you, if you want to be a founding member, you want to support the mission, support the cause, support other twin flames, and support yourself on the twin flame journey at the same time, you know what to do. So, all right, with that being said, okay, we've got some questions. So Lena says, what is the energy of the twin flame runner? I feel like he wants to meet. We have been in separation, but I'm the most healed version of myself. That is absolutely beautiful. Congratulations to you, Lena, for becoming the most healed version of yourself, because that is challenging. Now, I will say what's really interesting about that is we are always the most healed version of ourselves, right? Because it's an evolution, it never ends. So, right now, 100%, you are the most healed version of yourself. And then tomorrow, you'll be the most healed version of yourself, and on and on and on throughout time, right? So, the energy of the twin flame runner, it depends on the specific twin flame pairing, right? Because you guys came into this incarnation to work on certain things together. So whatever you are still rejecting in yourself, now that's not to say that it might be something big, right? If you're saying you're still the most healed version of yourself right now, That's amazing. But that doesn't mean there's not still more healing to do, right? So honestly, the twin flame runner generally, whatever we're still rejecting about ourselves, the twin flame runner picks up on that subconsciously and telepathically and then plays that out. So I can give you an example from my own experience because I was the twin flame runner, if you guys don't know. Most of the energy I embodied in my twin flame dynamic within separation was runner style. So for me, I know my twin flame struggled a lot with feeling like he was too much for other people, and I definitely felt that coming off of him, and there was a part of me that was like, "Whoa, like, this guy's intense," and I still feel that way because he's still very an intense person, and I'm also highly sensitive, so I take on more than what a lot of normal people feel, right? So if you're also, empathic, if you're also I love you too, thank you. If you're also empathic, if you're also highly sensitive, just know that you probably will take on a lot more than what other people do. And it's just something to factor in. But the twin flame runner, honestly, is mostly working through fear programs, mostly working through fears of what if they reject me? What if they abandon me? What if they're too much? What if I lose myself in the connection? The twin flame runner fears a lot losing themselves in the connection because oftentimes they were either neglected or abandoned as children, so they had to sacrifice themselves. And because they had to sacrifice themselves, they oftentimes felt like I have to sacrifice myself in order to be worthy of love, right? And so the twin flame runner generally is working through those programs during the separation phase. Yeah. Also we've got I hope that helped. Did that help a little bit? Let me know if you have any follow-up questions. I see here we've got so if you guys have questions right now, definitely put them in the chat. I'm only going to be on here at 16:16 on the clock. I'm only going to be on here probably another 5 minutes or so. So yeah, put any questions that you have in now. So how to stop the anxiety and fear from this connection? Okay. So what's really interesting, this is a wonderful question because I think everybody is wondering this. Everybody's wondering, how do I stop the anxiety and the fear? And the answer is you don't. You don't stop the anxiety and the fear. If you're feeling anxiety and you're feeling fear, that actually means that you're going in the right direction. And I'll tell you why. The ego, because what we're doing as twin flames on this journey is we're transcending the ego. And the ego is based on fear, right? So the ego knows if I truly tap into my higher self, if I truly embody my soul, if I truly open my heart, there will be no space for the ego, which means the ego sees that as death. And the ego wants to live more than anything else. The ego wants to live. And so what it will do, and it's not a bad thing, right? Like a lot of people will be like, oh, the ego's bad and the ego this and it's not a bad thing. It's there to protect you, right? The ego is there as a protection mechanism. And so what the ego says is, if I open my heart, I'm going to get hurt. If I connect into my divine spirit, I'm going to get hurt, right? The ego only knows how to protect you. And so it sees you tapping into your highest timeline as its death, which essentially it is. Okay. And this is the beautiful thing about the spiritual journey, the spiritual path, the twin flame journey, the twin flame path. Okay. That is the beauty of it, is you are able to see past the ego, and the ego is no longer controlling you and making decisions for you. You are consciously saying, okay, I see you, ego. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for serving me. But now I get to make another choice. And it's because you've done the work, you have that awareness, and you're no longer controlled by your programs. Now, that being said, when you're able to do that, that naturally will give rise to less anxiety and less fear. But you know what my biggest thing, so if you guys don't know, I'm a Leo. If you have questions, put them in the comments. Thank you guys for asking questions. If you don't know, I'm a Leo. So what I work with a lot is the frequency of courage. Now, in my life, my mother gave me a lot of fear. Like I inherited generationally a lot of fear from both my mother and my father. That being said, fear has been kind of my life. And my motto up until this point in my life and still is do it scared, right? Do it afraid, do it anyways, right? So I think a lot of times in the twin flame journey, especially, we think, oh, if I'm scared or I'm anxious, it means I'm moving in the wrong direction. But it actually means you're expanding, you're going past your boundaries. So, anxiety and fear can actually be a really good thing on this journey. And it's just about not allowing it to control you and allowing yourself to see the larger perspective of what that fear and anxiety is actually trying to show you and tell you, and actually just kind of making friends with your fear. And at the very least, like myself, if you can't fully make friends with your fear, just know that you can do whatever it is afraid, right? And building confidence is all about doing things afraid again and again and again and again. So I hope that helps. You're completely normal and where you're supposed to be if you're feeling fear on this thing, or feeling fear or anxiety on this journey, because it is that type of a journey. It just that's the nature of it. So I'm gonna read some of your guys' comments here. I don't have my lovely twin flame with me. He's with our daughter. So last live, if you were here for our last live, he was doing the comments. So I'm a one-man show today, one woman show. So I'm just going to read some of these comments. But if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we'll pop off in a couple minutes. My twin and I had synchron Kundalini awakenings while talking on WhatsApp. Now I'm working on my heart chakra activation. Can you explain how does this activation feel? Wow, that's amazing. Well, this activation can feel different for everybody. When I had heart chakra activations with my twin flame, to me, it felt very much like a swelling in my chest. Like it almost felt like my heart was gonna burst open. Like it's very scary. If you don't know what it is, like this is why I think I had a partial Kundalini awakening at the age of 13, based on a traumatic family event that happened. And I kind of had this instant, like, disillusionment of my life and reality and the nature of reality. So I had a partial Kundalini awakening, and then the other partial came on later. So for those of you experiencing like full on Kundalini awakenings, you should feel a little bit crazy, because it is an incredibly intense thing, especially to be triggered by the twin flame journey. So I give you a lot of credit, if that's what you're moving through right now, because I've only had half and half, and I don't know how I would do if I had the full Kundalini awakening at the same time. That would be quite intense. But yeah, for me, the heart activation, and let me know in the comments, have you had a heart activation? What did it feel like for you? Because I think us sharing our experience would actually help each other in this aspect. So if you had a heart activation, if you had a heart activation, let us know in the comments, what did it feel like to you? But yeah, for me, it was like a big swelling in like this area of my body. And it almost just felt like my heart was going to explode. Like it just, they're like almost, in the Grinch where they say like his heart grew 3 times that size. Like that's how I felt actually. So it's kind of funny. Okay. Do you have to be 100% healed to get into permanent union with twin flame? Because there will always be something to heal post union as well. Or is it just a mind block that I'm facing? I love this question because I think we all ask this question of ourselves. So thank you so much for asking this. No, of course, you don't have to be 100% healed. I agree. There will always be something else to heal. And, the only way to be 100% healed is to be not a human, right? We're all fractals. We're all, from the human perspective, incomplete. From the soul perspective, of course, we're all whole and complete, right? But from the human perspective, we all have these weird quirks and idiosyncrasies and wounds and traumas, and they never actually fully go away. We just learn how to manage them and we learn how to be consciously aware of them, right? So, what I like to call, and I don't speak about this often, but what I like to call is the 51% rule. Okay. So, whatever karma, and if you're just joining us now, let us know if you have any questions, in the comments. But the 51% rule, in my mind, right? This is something I've made up. I've never heard any other twin flame mentors talk about this, but it makes sense to me. So, it might make sense to you. Basically, whatever karmas or whatever wounds or blockages you've come into this life with your twin flame in order to heal and move through on a personal level, you have to have 51% of that, right? So more than half. And for each one of you, the percentage is going to change, but you have to have at least 51% of it healed in order to move through to union, right? Because The reason why it has to be more than half is because if you only have half or less, that means more of your subconscious mind is still running on programs. And the point of the twin flame path to awakening or the twin flame awakening journey is to become free of this karma, become free of the mind, right? Or free of the programs. And so the idea here is you have to be more than half free, right? You have to be more than the half shedding of the karma in order to move through to union. Now, of course, there's going to be things you choose to work through with your twin flame. And that's where those other portions are going to be completed, right? And then upon death is probably when you're going to be 100% healed, right? Because we all, when we leave this earth, there's a reason why we leave this earth, and it's to rejoin that wholeness and completion. So I hope that helped. Cool. Yeah, we definitely all it's funny, we just made a video today, about mind blocks and limiting beliefs, and we all have different limiting beliefs on the twin flame journey of, like, why we can't get there. So, actually, we said in this video so you guys are getting a sneak peek here, but we said in this video, like, one of the best things that you can do, and I love having this interaction with you guys, so thank you so much for being here today. One of the best things that you can do is to ask yourself from a real, raw, vulnerable place and say, okay, what is keeping me from union? What do I believe is keeping me from union? What do I believe about myself? What do I believe about the twin flame journey? There's a lot of elements of the twin flame journey that we think we have to complete that we don't actually have to complete, right? So, whatever information you've taken in from other twin flame mentors, other twin flame channels, that doesn't align with you or your values, you also have to think like, okay, maybe it's, I need to let that belief go, right? Maybe I need to, somebody gave you a reading and said, oh, it's going to take you so and so years to get to twin flame union. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe that was true for that timeline, but it's not true for this timeline, right? So when it comes to mind blocks, we really have to examine our limiting beliefs and why we believe the certain things that we believe. So I hope that helps. Okay. Bridget says, my twin flame had a problem with money. I would like him back, but I'm scared financially. We've been in separation 2 years. I saw a recent Reddit post that he is still spending. Should I still want him? That's a really good question. Should you still want him if he has a problem with money? Hmm. So money is energy, right? At the end of the day. Money is energy. So if you have a problem with money, that essentially would equate to like an energy leak, right? Like if you're spending more money than you have, or you have a lot of credit card debt, or on and on and on. It can be like related to an energy leak. It also can be related to a self-worth thing, right? So, if financially speaking, if you're not bringing in as much money as you would like or as much money as you think you are worth, then that's a self-worth and a receiving wound, right? So, whether you want him or not, the best thing you could do um is determine that for yourself, of course. But one of the best things you can do is ask yourself, because our twins are a mirror of us, right? That means whatever's unhealed in them is oftentimes also unhealed within us. Now, that doesn't mean you're also going to have money problems. That means he might have a receiving wound in money and finances. You might have a receiving wound in love and relationships, right? At the end of the day, they're both receiving wounds. They're just displaying through the human lens in a different way. So I hope that makes sense. But the best thing that you can do if you want your twin flame to fix their money wounds and their money issues is to ask yourself those same questions. Okay, where am I leaking energy? Where do I give more than I get? Right? Where do I give more to others than I get? Where do I give more energy to certain things? Or where am I not willing to receive what I think I should be worthy of, right? So if you turn that around and you use, again, that kind of twin flame mirror trick, you ask yourself those questions and you heal that within you. And then if they really are your twin flame, you'll start to see kind of a change in them. So I hope that helps. Okay, I'm scrolling up here, you guys. I'm going to be on for a few more minutes, so we'll take a few more questions. I hope you guys can hear our dog outside squeaking on a squeaky toy. Okay. Let's see here. How to deal with masculine in a long distance relationship. He's very rude and inconsistent with me, and I don't know how to fix it. Please and thank you. Ooh, that's a good one. You don't fix it. There's nothing you can do. If he is rude, he is rude. The best thing that you can do is ask yourself, why do I allow this behavior, right? Because you should be asking yourself, like, how is he worthy of me? Not how am I worthy of him or how do I fix him, right? If you're worried about him and what he's doing, then already your energy is kind of in that chasing space. You're already in the outward energy where you want to pull your energy back and say, look, this is my barrier. This is my parameters. This is what I'm willing to experience and accept. These are my boundaries. And if you don't fit into those boundaries, then I'm sorry, bye bye. That's how you kind of turn back on that feminine magnetism. And I know this is like, it's so easy for me to speak this, but it is very difficult to do. So don't think I'm like being, um, being rude, or I'm not being, I don't even know what the term is, but I have empathy for what you're going through because it's very difficult to do this. But I can tell you right off the bat, if you're already worried about what he's doing, then that is essentially also an energy leak, right? Because we're more focused on them and what we can do for them, rather than ourselves and what we can really do for ourselves. So yeah, best thing you can really do is look at your limiting beliefs around, okay, why do I accept rude behavior? Why do I accept inconsistency? And then you show up that way for yourself. You show up consistent for yourself. You don't accept less than what you think you're worthy of. You set your boundaries and you enforce your boundaries regardless of the person, right? So if that means they're not in your life anymore, then they're not in your life anymore. And you realize that, okay, my life is actually better when I treat myself this way and when I honor myself this way. So I hope that helps. Do, 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 do. Okay, I'm just reading through some of these. I made a comment in my Twin Flame Runner about how his heart needed to grow sizes like the Grinch. That's hilarious. I love that synchronicity. See, this is you guys, the reason why I actually came on this live in the beginning was to announce our new community. And these are the synchronicities that I'm having daily around this community and the people that I'm working with. So it's so funny because if you enjoy this dynamic here where you can ask questions, we can chat, not like face to face, but we can chat together here in real time. You're going to literally love the community because that's exactly what we're doing there. So keep in mind, if you want to be a founding member, just stay tuned. The emails are coming, the posts are coming. You won't miss it. I promise you won't miss it. Thank you for the clarity, and the 51% healed is giving a lot more hope. Thanks again. Lots of love, 100%. Is it true that if I heal my blocks, it will help the masculine to heal his blocks as well by transmitting healing energy? And is it true that with my healing process, it will help to speed up union? So, this is a really interesting question because I think we all wonder this, like, to what degree do we have control over our twins' journey, right? And so, here's the thing: if your twin is open and willing, okay? If your twin is open and willing to healing, okay? That doesn't mean they have to be actively working towards it. It doesn't mean they have to be healed. It means they have to be open to change, open to being wrong, open to growing, learning. If they are open to that, then whatever healing you are doing within is going to begin catalyzing them, and it's going to begin, whether those scenarios play out for them emotionally, energetically, or in their physical reality, right? Like if you're divine feminine and they're divine masculine really plays things out on a very 3D level. So that means the more healing you do on yourself, the more that's going to come through for them in their physical reality to give them the opportunity, right? Like the only thing you can do is give them the opportunity to heal. Okay. So you can't heal for them. You can't change them. You can't push them in one direction or the other. You can only work on you. That energy, yes, 100% will go to them. But if they're not willing to receive it and they're not willing to take the opportunity as a healing opportunity, then they're going to stay asleep to it. And this is why twins often wonder, okay, why are certain twins getting into union and other ones are not? It's because those twins that maybe weren't awakened are open to being awakened. Whereas if you're not open to that energetically, there's nothing you can do. You have to just say, I love you, twin flame. I will love you until the end of time, but I need to move on with my life and I need to go my own way, because your healing journey, your twin flame journey will never end, because you are a twin flame. So you'll always be on the path. You'll always be on the journey. And I guarantee you, spirit is going to find you exactly what you need to be fulfilled in your life. Like, don't think it's up to your twin to fulfill you, or up to your twin for you to be on your highest timeline. No, keep moving on your journey. If that means you leave them behind, then love them and leave them behind. Like, love them and leave them with grace, with honor, compassion, but detach from it. And you will be brought to your highest timeline. I have no shadow of a doubt over that. Yes. Sending you lots of love in Berlin. I really love this live right now. Okay, I'm taking last question. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here today. Last question. How does a person know if they have a twin flame if they haven't met yet? That's an amazing question. You'll have this kind of feeling within yourself that you're meant for a bigger purpose, right? You're meant for something bigger. And that thing, like your life almost will be kind of tied to relationships. Like, people view their lives in different ways. Some people view their lives in like careers. Some view their lives in like dogs. Some view their lives in like where, like, different places they've lived. Many twin flames view their lives in the timeline of their life, like, when I was in this relationship, when I was in this relationship, when I was in this relationship. And the reason for that is twin flames are moving through a lot of karma in this life, and they're clearing out karma so that they can create from a pure place, right? A pure vessel, a pure a pure channel. I was just clearing it out so I could speak from a pure channel. But the thing here, you guys, is that this is what twin flames are doing in their lifetimes. So their focus in this lifetime will be moving through a lot of relational karma. So they will see a lot of their lifetime based on this relationship, this relationship, this relationship, because those relationships all either wounded them or taught them something, right? Like, that's the whole, it was a lesson or a blessing. And so we will see our lives through relationships. And so if you're going to be a twin flame on a twin flame journey and you haven't met them yet, you likely will be kind of a very spiritually advanced or awakened person. You likely will feel very alone on this planet and like yearn for this feeling of home. And you will feel like, okay, what I'm meant to do in this world, I'm going to do it so much better when I have a purpose, like a purpose oriented partner by my side. Um, those are the best things I can think of off the top of my head. If you guys have other things that you can think of off the top of your head, let me know. But yeah, it is so scary to leave them behind. It is completely scary to leave them behind. Yeah, there's nothing easy about that. And that is why it's this giant leap into the unknown. Because a lot of us feel like we can't do it without somebody else, like we're not capable on our own, when in reality, we actually are capable on our own. And we have to have that trust and the faith in ourselves and in the universe, that the universe is going to take you exactly where you need to go. And that if that means you need to do it on your own for a little while, it's because it's meant to be that way. It's not because you failed. It's not because you messed up. It's not because of you didn't try hard enough. It's not any of those things. It's literally just because this is what's actually in your greatest good, your highest benefit. And it's easy for me to say that looking on the outside, but that's actually what I'm here for, is to hold that perspective so that you can move through it with more confidence. Yeah, love you guys so much. I'm sending you guys so much love. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for joining me. I'm just reading these comments. I'm just looking at all the hearts and feeling so much love. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. I'm gonna end it now as I can't believe I've been on for 40 minutes. So if you guys don't know, the reason why we came on this live was to announce our new community. So if you are tuning in later and you didn't hear the beginning portion of this, we're announcing our new community. So we are looking for 10 beta founding members for our community that are going to, like, the most amazing thing, you guys, about this is you are going to receive one price for the entire lifetime of this community, which is a super affordable, low price. So if you're interested in joining the community, having this type of a thing every week, every other week, I don't want to say any more about it. Okay, I won't say any more because it's just too good. But if you're interested in this kind of style of learning and growing and sharing and healing together, stay tuned. The emails are coming. The posts are coming. You will not miss this opportunity. We're looking for 10 founding members. After that, the price goes up to 20 bucks a month. So if you want to be a founding member and help us create this beautiful community and also help us create the content for this beautiful community, give us feedback on what you think is valuable and what you actually need, this is your opportunity. So I'm sending, yes, it's also the hardest thing I've ever experienced, even within union. It's very, very difficult. But it's much, I actually wanted to make a video about like the things, because I don't think I talk about this enough, like the beautiful things that James brings to my life. I feel like I don't talk about that part because we spend so much time on this channel, like helping you guys, that I think it's also really important for you guys to know like the most beautiful things that this person brings to your life, because it's not all terrible, right? But it's also not all rainbows and sunshine. So we just try to keep it as real as we can. Okay, I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Sending you lots and lots of love. You know where to find us if you're looking for more support. If you want to join Twin Flame Path to Awakening and get actual, like, deep, personalized help, you can check all the links. It's literally in every single video I've ever posted. So yeah, if you're just looking for more support, you can check all of the links in the videos. And we are sending you lots of love. We'll see you guys soon. Bye, bye, bye. Bye.